subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
To anyone who intends to come take away the freedom and opportunity and dignity of Illinoisans, I would remind you that a happy warrior is still a warrior. You come for my people, you come through me.
Let me get it together while you guys are piling on in the room. What's going on, fam? Everybody come on in and let's chop this game up like we normally do. We're starting off relatively early, but we're here. We're here. Come on in, everybody. Let's do what we do. Let's get in where we fit in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get in where we fit in. Glad to have everybody tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of stuff we're going to discuss on tonight's Tap In. Before we get started, let me shout out some of the regulars. We have Harriet Tubman's Pistol. We have Adonis in the building. We have Grinds in the building. We have Boss Lady in the building. We have Trinity in the building. Shout out to all the FBA family in the building. I see Brother Maroc down there. Who else we see? Let me shout out all the regulars. We got around, come on, Cousin Jerry in the house. Everybody say what's up to Cousin Jerry in the house. A lot of folks in here, man. Folks are piling on in. I'm glad to have everybody tuning in. So, look, family. Well, Nikki, shout out to Nikki the God in the building. Nikki's in here. Misty Rain is in here. So, listen, boy, it's about to get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Now that Trump has been elected back to the White House, boy, it's about to get real interesting. Folks are still having meltdowns. I did a couple of broadcasts about the meltdowns online, the tether meltdowns, the feminist meltdowns, the moist meltdowns. The meltdowns are real heavy. Now, some of these governors are having meltdowns now. Everybody's having meltdowns. See, I love it. I love it. The table has been shaken, which is what we needed. We needed to shake this damn table. The table is officially shaken. As some of you know, Trump he's announced some of the stuff that's going to go down the first week in office. They're talking about Trump is going to have some executive orders to get these mass deportations popping. He's talking about executive orders to end the birthright citizenship for people wanting to drop off anchor babies. See, that's why so many of the tethers were trolling us, because they knew what was coming. He's talking about ending that birthright citizenship where people can't just come over and drop off their anchor babies, because that's not what the 14th, 13th Amendment, it wasn't supposed to be for that. It was for us, foundational Black Americans, to ensure that we got our equal rights as citizens in the nation that we built. It wasn't for people to come over and just drop off anchor babies left and damn right. So he's removing that. Also in New York, they're stopping those food vouchers. They're going to stop that. Eric Adams just announced that. So Eric Adams trying to get some act right, which is what he should do. Eric Adams, he needs to be abandoning the Democratic Party right now, because they're the ones who threw him under the bus. So he should be trying to lobby and position himself for a spot in the Trump administration, because they put them little janky charges on Eric Adams. So, he better learn how to move and shake and flip the script. So he's already getting ahead of it, because they know that's going to stop all that funding, that money people are getting on EBT cards, all of our tax dollars going to some of these illegal migrants. That's going to stop. I'm all for all of it. I ain't got no problem with none of it. I have no problem with none of it. So now that the deportation thing, it's very real. Yeah, that's coming. You got some of these liberal governors coming out trying to push back. Gavin Newsom out here in California, he's trying to push back. Um, Out there in Chicago, Pritzker, the governor out there in Chicago, he made a press conference making some little veiled threats with his little old chunky self, talking about if Trump is going to try to mass deport his people, meaning these illegal immigrants, you got to go through me. Well, okay. Yeah, they're sounding real tough to protect all these other people, but when the black folks of Chicago are complaining that this is a major inconvenience and an undermining of them, they get quiet. You don't see these people coming out here making no noise for the black citizens. So Pritzker, Newsom, and all of these people, they can't override the federal government. If there's an executive order, I want to see how this is going to play out, because what they'll do, they can just limit the funding for these states. If they want to play that game, I'm all for it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If these folks try to act a fool, limit the government funding, limit the funding for these states. Put some sanctions on them. If these governors want to act a fool, smack them in place with some of them sanctions. I love it. This is why they didn't want Trump to get in office, because now everybody's going to get to feel some pain. I love that. When it's the liberals in office, the only one suffer is us. Want y'all to understand, when the Democrats are in office lately, the only people who've been suffering is us. All the suffering is put on black folks. We got to sit here and get bogged down where everybody else is coming up. The immigrants are coming up, white LGBT coming up, Hispanics coming up. Everybody's coming up off of us. We're the only ones suffering. So now all the goodies and the free rides all these people have been taking, that's going to stop. That's drying up, which is good. Our tax dollars going to these migrant EBT cards and giving these people food vouchers, that should have been stopped. Well, we got all these homeless people out here. Our money is going to all of these non-citizens. And that's because of the corporate interest groups are throwing little kickbacks to these politicians. So no, 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 no. I like the shaking of the table. Also, what Trump said, um, one of the videos on his site, he was going to stop all of that gender stuff, that gender reassignment nonsense with children. I'm all for that too. All of this stuff where they want to get children and do these little weird surgeries on them and reassign their gender. He said he's shutting all that down too. He's shutting that down too. And I put up a tweet. I'm like, I'm for that. And some fool hopped up in the mentions. See, you will be for that. That's transphobic. You idiot. One of these Democratic sassy shills. You damn idiot. Any fool that sits up here co-signing nonsense like that on some kids, you can get the hell on. I'm never co-signing that. That ain't phobic nothing. Leave kids alone, you idiots. It's not no phobic. You don't mess with kids like that. Listen to me. Yeah, that's what Gavin Newsom and all these guys are about to try to come out and fight against these executive orders that's going to stop them from messing with these damn kids. Because out here in California, they got some little weird ass um, order out here where you can have some kind of sexual encounter with a minor if you're 10 years older than them, some weird ass nonsense that I ain't halfway with. I ain't with none of that stuff these liberals got going on now. Black folks, you don't have to co-sign this stuff out of some blind loyalty. Black folks, listen, I want to talk to black folks. You don't have to co-sign foolery out of this loyalty thing, because we are a little bit too loyal to a fault. Listen, I supported Barack Obama. I voted for him twice, put money on his campaign, the whole shebang. But damn it, I ain't nobody's fool. If I try to elevate somebody and support him, and I see they crap on me and they ain't got nothing good for me, I can walk away. Sometimes you can walk away, black people. Black people. I got to talk to the black people who support the abusive ass Democrats, because too many black folks, and usually it's older. A lot of the older black folks, they're so used to abuse and making excuses for the damn abuse because it's something you're used to. We don't have to take abusive relationships. The Democrats they have a very abusive relationship with us. Oh no, it's just gonna get better. And this, you just said it. He's going through some things. He's like somebody getting beat down all the time by your spouse. Well, I still love him. You know, he's stressing, and I do be mouthing off sometimes. You know, Lord, it's all right to walk away from the abuse. Black folks act like Tina Damn Turner. Like, oh, it's okay. Ike is stressing. It's okay. Ike is going through some things. No, run across the freeway and go to the hotel. Shit. It's okay to run across the street like Tina Turner and go to the hotel and say, hey, look, I ain't got no money, but I'm Tina Turner. Let me get away from this nigga. It's all right, black people. Run across the freeway like Tina Turner. Good freaking grief, black people. Get out this abusive relationship with the Democrats. It's abusive. And they know it. That's why they come talking to us in an abusive manner. Get your booty to the poll. You better vote with your dumb ass. Look, I got to wag my finger to you. No, it's a new day. There's a new era. There's a new mindset. Most of us are not going along with the abuse. We're just not going along with it. So what are these governors going to do? I'm loving the whole vibe now. I'm loving it. Shake all of this stuff up. There has to be a realignment there. We need it. It's a new day and I love it. And notice the hostile tethers, they're so quiet. Where are all those accounts, family? You know, when we would post stuff up to the election, all of them shills and troll accounts that were cursing us out every day. Every time we had put up a post, shut your ass up. Y'all sound like MAGA. Y'all stupid as hell. Shut your punk ass up. All of that, just thousands of accounts. None of them are active no more. You notice? None of them accounts are active. Brother McCall pointed that out. Them accounts are gone. And I was looking at some earlier. I was going through some of them. They're all inactive. These were paid bot accounts. Is what we were saying. These were paid accounts. Now that the election has been lost by them, the money is dried up. They're not being paid to troll no more. They disappear. It happens like that every 4 years, by the way. Every 4 years, these same accounts rile up, cursing us out, and then the next day after the election, they disappear. Yeah. Notice all the tethers that used to be in here. Whenever we go live, it'd be a whole plethora of tethers with a whole bunch of talking points ready to talk crap. Where they at? They're gone, aren't they? They all gone. And let me say, shout out everybody, give a nice Majora, black Majora fist. I got so much pride in our sister Janet Jackson. Shout out to our sister Janet Jackson for standing on business and not letting these people punk her out. Our sister Janet stood on business. She said what she said about Kamala, like, hey, ain't her family white? And then they sent everybody to attack our sister. And then they had some phony sit up and put some fake apology out. She came back and said, no, I didn't apologize for shit. And whoever said I apologize, we fired them. I said what I said. Now have a good day. Control. She stood on business, and she's one of the only A-listers out here who ain't looking stupid right now. Look how stupid all of these A-listers are looking right now after supporting Kamala, and she got washed. I want y'all to look at the optics. Don't these folks look stupid? All of these celebrities, entertainers, actors, comics, singers, who are running around here trying to shame everybody into voting for Kamala, where they at? Notice they're quiet. Some of them are all somber and they're humbled. Plies, did you see Plies? Plies did a video. I didn't want to give everybody a virtual hug. Uh, Everybody's changing their tune. They're looking weird now. Y'all put it on the line. You put your reputations on the line, caping for this Hindu bedwench. And here's the thing, y'all put yourselves out there like that. All of you singers, comedians, athletes, y'all put yourselves on the line and you use your face and your likeness and your personality to cape for this woman, and she got completely washed. So that diminished the influence that you have. That shows that your influence ain't worth a damn. See, that's the problem when you are an entertainer, a high caliber entertainer, and you go out here and support somebody. You better make sure that they got sufficient support, because what happens is you go out here putting it on the line for somebody and then they get washed. That looks bad on you. That makes people think, okay, you ain't really got the influence that we thought you had. People ain't really rocking with you like that. And they're not. Listen, family, there's a grassroots movement going on right now. And that's the great thing. Now people don't have to listen to these entertainers as spokespersons for the Black community. You don't have to listen to them because they're people out here like us on the grassroots who are getting significant numbers and who's very consistent, that people can get accurate information from. You understand? I love Magic Johnson, but Magic Johnson ain't really out here boots on the ground all the time on the grassroots. I mean, he's a phenomenal businessman and I respect him as a businessman. But as far as him moving the grassroots, nah. No disrespect to Magic. I love Magic, by the way. He's a great guy. But that's not going to work on these grassroots. You think? People are listening to the grassroots because we on the grassroots and we have a grassroots media apparatus and we're very consistent. We're letting people know what's going on all the time and keeping people up to date with what's going on all the time. We're just not showing up every 4 years. And when you guys show up every 4 years, some of these people in the entertainment industry, and you're caping for a political party, listen, people are not dumb. The community can see that for what it is. And they don't respect it. See, that's one of the reasons Kamala's campaign fell off the way it did. When you are overly reliant on those celebrity endorsements, that means that you ain't got no substance to what you got popping. So yeah, we'll show up to see a free Beyonce concert or what in the hell. I'll show up to see Megan Thee Stallion shake some ass. I like some ass shaking on Megan. I love it. That's not gonna make me vote, but I like the ass shaking. You understand? We'll show up and see that. That doesn't mean we support you. In fact, on a subliminal level, subconsciously, that registered that you're not strong enough to stand on your own. It's like an artist like French Montana. I give an example. When you have an artist who every song on the album has a feature, that makes the artist look weak. You can't do a song without having a feature. Like how many songs? What songs do French Montana? No disrespect to French, but what songs do French Montana have popping that's not a feature? You know what I'm saying? It's like that. You got to have somebody do a feature with you before your joint can pop off. It's just like when you watch a movie, and if there's a movie or a TV show that has too many celebrity cameos in it, it's not really a good show. When shows, and I want y'all to notice that when you watch a TV show and they got a whole bunch of celebrity cameos, it's not going to be good. Or a movie. I remember seeing a movie back in the 90s. It was a movie called Who's the Man with Ed Lover and Dre from MTV Raps, from Yo MTV Raps. They were the hot thing at the time. They were hot on MTV. And they said, okay, let's capitalize off the notoriety of these guys and have them, do a full length movie. The movie was basically just a bunch of hip hop cameos. Horrible movie, by the way. It was a horrible movie. It just wasn't good at all. So they had to rely on just dozens of hip hop cameos. Most people don't even remember that movie. It's a very bad movie. But anytime they start using just a gazillion cameos, that shows lack of plot development. The storyline ain't gonna be that good. Yeah. Same thing with politicians. If you got to surround yourself around celebrities all the time, you ain't really got nothing of substance.